Let us see an illustration. A battery is provided. There is a switch and there is an inductor and a resistor. The resistance is 2 ohms. This is 400 millihenry. The battery is 12 volt and there is a switch. Now the question asked is, across this inductor there will be a potential drop. You have to find it as a function of time. What is the potential drop across the inductor as a function of time? So that means we have to find it V is equal to L di by dt, if you only talk about the magnitude. So we have to find what is the rate of change of current that is happening. So once you close the key, there will be flow of current in the circuit. Across the inductor, the flow of current will be, the growth of current will be exponential. We have studied that. It will be like this. Okay, with this value being the I0. So I will be equal to I0 into 1 minus e power t by TL. So which is the time constant of the, this is a pure LR circuit. So this circuit can be assumed like a combination of two circuits. Will this assumption be wrong? The answer is no. See, if you take 2 points A and B and C and D, you see that these two are parallel to each other. So the potential drop will be same only. So I have just broken down into two circuits. Now in this circuit, there will be a growth of current once you close the key. Immediately all that current won't be transferred. It will be an exponential growth and the pattern will be like this. So here TL means time constant of the LR circuit. This is RL. So it is a LR circuit. So L by R is the time constant, which is equal to 400 milliamps, 410 power minus 3. It is 0.4 by 2, 0.2. So I will be equal to I0 into 1 minus e power minus t divided by 0.2, which is nothing but I is I0 into 1 minus e power 5t. What is I0? At t is equal to infinity, this will start behaving like a wire. Then I0 will be equal to E divided by R in this circuit. E divided by R means E value is given as 12, R is 2, so this will be 6 amps. This is the steady state current. Okay, so once you have got I, you can find out VL. VL will be equal to L di by dt. L is 0.4 into di by dt. So di by dt means d by dt of 6 into 1 minus e power 5t. We are interested only in the magnitude part. So this is 0.4 into d by dt of 6 is 0. This will become 5 into 6, 30. 30 into e power minus 5t. So this is 12 e power minus 5t. This is the potential drop as a function of time. You keep on changing the value of t, the potential drop value will keep on changing. Okay, this is one part of the question. Now let us say in this resistance 2 ohms, what is the flow of current as a function of time? If that is asked, then how we will do? See, we have closed the circuit, alright, then after some time it is opened. Once you open it, what will happen? In this circuit, once you open it, across this no current will flow. But the second part of the circuit, that is not the situation. There will be a decay of current and that decay will again be exponential. Okay, for some time there will be some passage of current in the circuit and there will be a exponential decay. and that decay will be in this form. This is what we have studied earlier. Okay, so the steady state current was 6 amps. Now this 6 amps current will exponentially decay in this circuit. Even though you have you have opened the key, this part carries no current, but the same is not same with the second part. Second part you will see a gradual decay of the current. So that decay we have derived that it will be I is equal to I0 into e power minus t by TL. Now whether this time constant will be same as the previous one? No. In this situation, the circuit will look something like this. This is the circuit. There is 2 ohms here, there is 2 ohms here. So R is total how much? They are in series. So 2 plus 2, it is 4. Okay. So the new TL dash will be equal to L divided by R dash. This is R dash. 2 plus 2, they are in series. So this will be 0.4 by 2, sorry 4. This will be equal to 0.1. So in this we need to put I is equal to I0, which is 6 amps, into e power minus t divided by 0.1, or it is 6 into e power minus 10t. This is how the current across this resistor will vary, actually decrease from 6. Now this value is 6. From 6 it will gradually fall down to 0. At any particular instant of time you can measure actually how much current is actually flowing through this particular resistor or even this resistor. Alright, so this is the procedure to find out.